Welcome along everyone to tonight's race. We are at Snetterton. It is Amigos and it is the good old Horsebox here, but also I'm very proud to introduce a new name to commentating tonight. We have Philip, Big Willie we call him. How are you doing?
Thanks. Well, good job with the name.
Well, I'm fluent in Austrian, so it's alright. So yeah, you're very welcome along. I don't know how much you've done much commentary before, but you know, we're going to have some good fun tonight. It's all about having a laugh, talking to the people that are getting involved, whether they're on TikTok or Twitch. Happy New Year, Stacey. Straight away, we've got the idiot Stacey himself in commenting on Twitch, but also Happy New Year to you genuinely, Stacey, as much as we slag you. Great to see that you've made it another year, because he's about 72.
Oh, wow.
Good. I know many besties that old, I just like to piss him off. Vash, how are you doing? I'm already after breaking my no swearing already, sorry. Vash, Happy New Year to you. Keelan, yes, I'm doing commentary tonight now. This is actually what I do most of the time, is commentary. So, yeah, Philip, so have you raced much at Snetterton before?
No, not at all. Not my trick.
So this is going to be fun for you as well.
Absolutely.
So they're in the dark and it's very wet. Now, we all know Chris Tedder is a bit of a sick man, but he has the kind of rapey vibe here tonight, doesn't he? And we all know Matthew Gamble likes to rear-end someone, so watch out for Mr. Gamble. Now, I do have this little inside joke, and because his BMW M4 is there, I need to fall asleep now because it's the most boring car in the game, so... Win Matthew. So he's in the BMW. He's actually a very fast driver, very consistent. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does tonight. I'm going to go through the championship standings now in a minute, and you might get to see his name there as well. So looking like we've 17 on the grid now. Gary Smith's after joining in. Gary is one of the top guys in there. We've got Liam out on track. Nice variety of cars, by the way, as well. You've got Audi, Ferrari, you've BMW M6, BMW M4. There's Porsche, Lambo out there as well. So great to see it, and some nice liveries. They're all custom liveries as well here, Philip.
Yeah, they look absolutely dashing.
Absolutely brilliant they are. And Stacey, only mess to call you is Stacey is actually a really good dude, and he's going to win the next endurance race if I'm right. Stacey races with Alpha Dog Meat. I think Alpha Dog Meat's out here tonight, so that's Stacey's teammate there, Alpha Dog Meat. He is a dude that will race no matter what and never give up, the same as Stacey. In the last endurance race, here's a little fun fact for you, Philip, right? For whatever reason, every time they pit stop, they had to leave the server for the other driver to join and take over the car, so their pit stops were taken 3 minutes ago.
Perfect.
It was crazy. But they kept going to the end. They knew, unfortunately, that the race was completely impaired with that, but they kept going to the end, you know. And yeah, no, I absolutely love seeing it. So it's guys like that I do love seeing it. And Keelan, the reason why I'm not racing is I actually do an awful lot of commentary, and my main thing is I commentate on a Monday night, a Thursday night, a Sunday night, and then for endurance races as well. So tonight there is no racing from myself because I am doing the commentary. But you're very welcome along, brother. Let me have a look here. Tony's my partner. Alpha is our mortal enemy. Oh, Tony Headsuck's your partner. Oh, I thought Alpha was your partner as well. No. Why did I think Alpha was your partner as well?
You're forgetting stuff again, mate.
Sure, look. It's not me unless I'm forgetting. So, come here, what we'll do as well, because there is only about half an hour to go before we get into qualifying. This is still practice here for the guys. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to jump over to the standings, I think, would be the best thing to do.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to move that out of the way here, just so we can have a look and see what's actually happening here. So let me go standings. So we're on to the standings page. So in first place at the minute we've Matthew Gamble. He's after having 2 race wins. I think this could be... No, that can't be the right one. Is it? Is Adam Locke's won a race? It says Tedder no. So this is the wrong standings. Of course Tedder would set me up.
No.
Let me see. Standings. Results. Yeah, this is like an old one, right? Bear with me 1 sec. Thanks, Chris. Right, events. Communities. It's going to take me a second. This is always the way. I actually thought we had it perfectly done. But sure, that would be too easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, championships. So, 4 events left. So now we're in the right one. Standings, here we go. So Gary Smith's in first place. This looks more right now. So Gary Smith is on 81 points and he's flying the flag for the Irish out there in top spot. Not being biased in any way, shape or form. 3 races in. He's got 2 wins though. He's been very, very consistent, and his succession penalty, which we'll discuss now in a minute, is what kind of took the race win possibly away from last week, but it was an epic race last week regardless. But that was very, very good. Matthew Gamble's in second spot, being very consistent on 68 points. He hasn't had a race win yet, but he's always been in kind of the podium positions, or 4th or 5th. He's always been up on the nice side of the points. Then we've got Adam Loughdon in 3rd spot, who won the race last week. An epic victory in that Bentley. Then we have James Franklin in 4th and that Ferrari on 65 points. So, you know, from 2nd to 4th, there's literally 3 points in it. So, you know, one bad mistake from one of these could drop them from either 2nd, 3rd or 4th down to 5th. Then you've got Chris Tedder, the race, or the league owner, should I say, in 5th spot. He's got 55 points, so he's 10 points off his next position of 4th. Then behind that, we've John Dudley in the Lamborghini Huracan, 3 points off Christo. So that's going to be an interesting battle. And joint points with him is Ryan Harper in the BMW M6. What a hero. Got a podium in the BMW M6 last week. That's unheard of nowadays. Then we have Chris Wall in 8th place in that AMG Mercedes on 50 points. So he's not even far off it. You can see just how close it is with all the guys so far, only after 3 races. The championship is open at the minute anyway, regardless. Gary Smith has a small buffer, but, you know, one bad race could ruin that for him. Then after Chris Wall, we've got Neil Massey in the Honda NSX in 9th. Then Alex I'm going to ruin this name, Theodorou, I think it is, in the Porsche 911 in 10th. Then we've got Darren Christ in the Audi in 11th. Tim Smee in the M4 in 12th. Glenn Smith in the V8 Vantage in 13th. Liam Smith in the R8 in 14th. So the better brothers ahead, by the way. So if you know Liam and Glenn is the better brother. It's definitely not Liam. Then we have Paul Venter, who I don't know if he's in the lobby tonight. We'll check that now in a minute. He had a podium and is down in 15th at the minute. Then we've got Ryan Cooper in the M4. Then Alpha Dogme in the NSX in 16th. Chris Radmore in the Porsche 911 in 18th. Sam Phillips in the Merc in 19th. Francis Giulietto, it's in a French name but I can't say it properly, and he's in the 720S. Then we've got Vermeulen in the NSX in 24th, joint with Van Germen from the Netherlands in the Nissan GTR, which I loved seeing on track. It was quite cool seeing a different car like that. Then we've Isaac Jordan in 23rd, Ross Webster 24th, Goshi Filipov in 25th, Joran Omelo in 20th. Well, there's 3 giants 25th with points. And Rennie Martins as well. So we'll go back now to the main look of the race on Twitch. I'm sure anyone who's looking on TikTok probably didn't have a clue what I was talking about there, but we're going through the standings. So we're on with Liam there now. So, yeah. Do you know any of these drivers at all, Philip?
What?
Would you know any of these drivers at all?
A few. Like
Good.
Alpha Dog Meat. And Smith as well. Racing them in the AM class, like last season when I joined.
Yeah.
I had too much fun with them.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. And just looking there, John Dudds is after asking us there, hope you can see more from the comments box, guys, than what they can see from the cockpit. So obviously they're struggling with the rain out there and with the dark, because it's not a very well lit up track, as you can see there on the stream, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting start, especially with these points differences, like nothing.
Skyler's after going, it's dark as hell here. Chow on, night vision, like Sam Fisher. So the guys are definitely struggling out there with this dark weather, which is always fun. Tonight is going to be a great race, Keelan. You're in for epic stuff. Last week was an amazing race. You can watch it on my YouTube. It is uploaded up there. I will upload any of these streams onto YouTube. It will be the video from Twitch that we use, because it's a much better production than TikTok. Unfortunately, you're quite limited in what we can do. But by all means, that's why I ask people to join and follow me on my other socials as well, other than TikTok, because you get much better quality content. So, Philip, I'm going to give you your first job in the comments box.
Oh, perfect. I
So
love
we,
food.
Liam's after saying this shit. So your job is this. Do you want to? I quickly went around through which I'm going to hope you remembered. Do you want to just explain about succession penalties and who has what penalties?
Ah, yes, succession penalties. Well, start with the things that we already talked about. If you win the last race, like Adam Locke did, I believe, last
Yeah.
race, you get a penalty. You have to drive into your pit box and then wait for a set amount. For example, Adam Locke, 15 seconds he has to wait in the box, then he gets to drive through. This happens for the first three drivers. So we've got Adam Locke with the 15 seconds, Paul Venter with the 10, and Ryan Harper with 5 seconds.
So they're
So
all
those split up the field.
absolutely brilliant, and you explained it right. It is when you win a race, there's a succession penalty. It always adds a little bit to it. So the race winner has a 15-second penalty when they stop. Before a pit stop can happen, they need to sit in that box for 15 seconds. And the same then, Paul Venter gets a 10-second penalty, and then Mr. Harper in third gets a 5-second penalty. And that does play a part in the race. So when we're looking at the race and you wonder why someone's overtook someone in the pits, that's the reason why. And I'm sure we'll remind you guys throughout this evening of this. So how do you feel about those succession penalties? I think that's something that happens in real life, and that's why it was introduced.
It's going to be interesting because Matthew Campbell, if I remember correctly, did not win a race yet, but always consistently in the points. So maybe that's a play for it. Just win in the last race and get consistently high points meanwhile.
Absolutely. Oh wow, Stacey Ellis is not letting off on those comments in Twitch. Actually, it is. That's That's an interesting one. I'm gonna try and not go down the road of using profanities. For once, I'm gonna try and be good. So let's see how that goes and does it progress throughout the night. But yeah, so for yourself, how would you prepare for this? Now, you obviously do a bit of racing as well. You're coming to a track that's massively wet, but it's also pitch black. I'm going to go into an onboard view for the guys just to show them how tough it is for them.
We had this kind of stuff in Nürburgring, the second race I joined in the league. It was not dark, but it was also a bit challenging. But it's kind of easier for me actually, because the other drivers have to slow down and I get a bit more pace. I don't know why. Snetterton, I don't know the track, so it's going to be interesting for me as well, just to see it.
Yeah, it definitely is. I'm just looking at the intro. Some of the cars are pitch black, and again, it's very tough. Oh! As we're on with Chris Radmore there, you can see how much extra rain is on that. Look at the spray that's coming up from the cars.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a tough one for these guys.
Yeah, just one mistake from, say, Gamble or anything else, that strategy is going to be ruined.
You can just even see how easy Alpha Dog Meat's taking. He's staying in a higher gear to keep traction. They're all being very, very cautious, really, at the minute. And as I say that, Goshi is absolutely flat out there. But look how wet that track is.
Yeah, just a little bit up in the gas and already so much spray coming up.
They're going to have their wits about them here because it's not going to be easy finding where that grip is. You're dead right, Stacey. Bango's New Year's resolution. I'll still try and do my best.
Yeah, you're going to be thinking about yourself.
We'll try. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but we'll try anyway. Let me have a look here now. So we've done the track intro already. We've done the standings. So all we have to do is kind of sit back now and enjoy this bit of practice. But just kind of go through what's happened so far. What I'm going to do as well. I'm just going to do a quick recap for everyone who obviously isn't in the Discord for the league to understand what's happened. So for the first 2 races of the season, just to give a little recap. So in our very first race of this season, we were in Indianapolis in Indy. I can't really say that correctly. And of course, Gary Smith won that very well, to be fair. That was it seemed like an easy race for him, but at the same time, James Franklin, though, was an absolute beast that day and was very, very close to getting second at one point. It was looking like Gary couldn't get by him, but once Gary got by, he was able to pull away. And then Matthew Campbell came third that day. So while he hasn't got a wing Matcha Gamble there, that's the reason why he's consistent. Because when we go into the second race, we had an epic race in Zolder where Gary Smith did win that one again, but Matcha Gamble was second this time around, and that's where he's getting his consistency with it. And Chris Tedder was on tour that day, and then as we were saying there last week in Brands Hatch, Adam Locke pulled off probably one of the greatest victories. I didn't see it coming at all, because when Paul Venter pitted and he came out, I was counting kind of that kind of time, but Adam Locke had put in some amazing laps to really get himself up there, and he pulled himself into the lead, and there was a fight to the line. It was about half a second on the line. They were nearly side by side crossing it. It was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And then we had Ryan Harper in third that day in the BMW, and he had quite a mixed race. I think Ryan could have been a bit higher up. He could have been fighting with the guys at the end, because he was involved in a small collision with Cooper that day. So, you know, it's a case of what shoulda, woulda, coulda for Ryan, but I'm sure he's happy to get an M6 on the podium, which is unheard of.
Yeah. No, and you see in the background, again, as we talked about, like the 2 times we watched someone, both of them crashed now.
Yeah, and we're on with the most boring car here, Matcha Gamble. By the way, it's part of doing commentary here in Amigos is you have to give Matcha Gamble as much grief as you can.
Ah, okay.
So feel free to slag him off. That's absolutely fine. That's part of the...
Oh, what a shit line. Come on, mate. What are you doing?
But looking at the times here, so the guys can't see it. So the fastest lap, actually you can't see it up there, is John Dudley on a 158.837. And Harper is the closest to him, half a second off in that M6. But like you can just see that there's a huge gap there the whole way down the 17th spot at 207. So some people are comfortable in the rain, and some people genuinely seem to be struggling at the minute. Whether that's going to change as it progresses into quality, we'll see.
Yes, but half a second up, Jesus, stop it.
But see, I never let this fully kind of commit to what it's going to happen, because you look at these practices sometimes, and I just take them with a pinch of salt. Some of the guys, the likes of Gary Smith, might be sandbagging at the minute.
Yeah.
Matcha Gamble, Chris Tedder, Franklin is super fast in that Ferrari, by the way. And when it's a track that really suits that Ferrari on his day, he's a very, very hard man to beat as well. Then you've Darren Christie, who's after improving massively. He would have been at the back kind of side of the grid when I first started comps here. Now he's like in the mid pack for top 5, top 6 as well. Yeah. So there is 17 cars in this race so far. We were expecting a few more, but I don't know where they are. And guys, anyone who's watching, whether you're watching on TikTok or on Twitch, this Saturday we have our endurance race in Misano. There's over 30 cars entered, minimum of 2 drivers, 3 drivers, 3.5 hours around Misano. I'll be covering practice and qualifying, and through practice I'll be doing interviews with every driver and every team and that as well. So by all means, come over, join in, and enjoy the fun. It's going to be a fun-filled race. And then for myself on Wednesday, I'm going to be commentating on ERC and Formula 1. And I'm going to be doing a podcast the same day, so I'm going to be double stinting that.
Nah.
So, but the podcast is actually with a really good guy. If you look on YouTube, IPFPV TV, I think it is something like that. I can't remember the full thing. But he does loads of like filmography, photography, drone work. Very interesting guy. And I'm really looking forward to talking to him and kind of getting his story, how he got into it, because he's a genius with a camera. I'm going to show a few clips in the podcast as well. He set me on. He's an absolute genius. I met him actually through work when I worked in a previous job, and I was giving him kind of stuff for his cameras and drones and stuff like that. So going to be an interesting one for that. Looking elsewhere here now. So Franklin in the Ferrari, how is he getting on? 159.7, so he's 0.7 of a second off. There's only 12 minutes left to qualifying before we're into the business side of things practice into qualifying. So there's 15 minutes qualifying, then there's an hour race. And another thing as well for anyone who's new to this, so with this here, it's not like Formula 1 where you have to do a tyre change. It's a mandatory fuel stop. You can fill up the car and just pop in really quick, do a splash and dash for 4 litres and fly on again. You're more than welcome to do that. You can change tyres as well if you want. If you're feeling that the tyres are running out, you can do that, but it's an awful lot more variable. and so much more stuff can happen, you know.
Mm.
And also, I do want to remind the guys about the succession penalties, because this is going to be something for anyone who's not used to this. I'm going to have to drill this in tonight because it's going to be confusing for them. But if you just want to give a quick rundown again, bro.
Yeah, of course. With Adam Locke with the 15 seconds because he won the last race. Paul Venter with the 10 seconds and Ryan Harper with the 5 seconds. Maybe Adam can do something with the 15 seconds and the long pit stop for fuel. I don't know, maybe.
I think so. And like Snetterton, it'll suit the Bentley as well. The Bentley can really boat over the curbs.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they pull off with strategies. Maybe Adam Locke can win it again. Before the 15 seconds is a big kick in the butt.
I really don't know, because I thought I knew who was going to win the last race. Didn't happen. I thought I was going to know who was going to win the race before that. I didn't happen. Like, it's just, it's been crazy. The first race was probably the most steady race and kind of known who's going to win. After that, then it's just been absolutely all over the place. It's been some of the best racing ever. The last race just before Christmas was by far probably the most exciting race I've commentated on, other than the Monza endurance race that we had. It was epic. So that's why I'm really looking forward to seeing what they're doing tonight. And I'm so happy that we're back into this race, and I'm so happy for everyone who's had a great Christmas and had a great New Year's celebration. But we're back into racing, we're back into league racing, we've got endurance and everything else coming up. So don't be going anywhere, and make sure to hit those follows, whether you're on TikTok, Twitch, whether you're going to be watching this on YouTube. You know, give as much support as we can, because the likes of Philip here will be racing as well, and hopefully doing a bit more comms down the road. Depends how Philip enjoys his stint here in the hot box, and I'm surprised Stacey hasn't given him any grief for that yet.
He's being nice to me at least.
Absolutely. And our Anderson's actually asking how often our sprint races. So this hour sprint is every single Monday. Then we have a Sunday league which does them an hour race as well, and that's every Sunday. That's a massive league. We've got 3 splits for that. We've like 100 odd drivers now at this stage. And then on the Thursday league, we do it's an amazing sprint setup, right? So on a Thursday, there's 2 races of 20 minutes. It's ridiculous, and like literally, you never know who's going to win it. It's absolutely epic stuff. And there's 2 qualifyings as well. See, like if you kind of miss out on the first race in quali, you've got another chance to quali and get up there. So our Thursday night with ERA is amazing. Our Sunday night is our Premier League, because we've got so many drivers in it. And everyone is welcome to it as well. So it is our Premier League. And then we do have our endurance events that we run. So it's once a month. We're in the Winter Endurance Series, and luckily enough this Saturday is the Misano, 3.5 hour. And then we finish out in February with a 6-hour endurance in Monza. And I literally commentate on every bit of that. I don't take a break. I don't even go to the bathroom for them. I literally just stay there and comms until start to finish. So,
well, somebody gotta be doing this stuff.
Oh, it's gonna be. It's hard not to be. You'd miss too much if you took a break for a minute. You just miss way too much, so it's not worth it. Honestly, it's really not, because it does be great racing. Look at the Monza. It's on YouTube, mate. If you haven't looked at any of our endurance stuff, it's absolutely phenomenal. About 8 minutes left in this practice. So do you want to talk us around the lap to kind of get yourself acclimatized? I'm going to go on board with one of the drivers, and I'm going to shut up for a minute and let you do a bit.
Let's take a look at Dudley.
Dudley, yeah, because he's the fastest man on track.
Yeah, let's see what he's doing.
So I tell you what, we'll go on to this. This is the front splitter view.
Oh, I'm absolutely seeing nothing from the dog.
Right, we'll go to a different camera for you. Do you want to talk to us through what your kind of feeling would be here as well as a driver?
My feeling is here as a driver, well, trying to stay off the curbs, probably. And shifting into gear much earlier than usual, since it's raining down really hard right now. Oh, Dudley, while I'm saying stay off the curbs, he's going straight over them.
Yeah. The Lambo seems to be able to take there's 1 or 2 of these curves. See that one he's shooting at here? He's going easy now. One. He's getting camera shy. And we've got a neon lit interior here of Mr. Darren Christie. He's definitely giving it a bit of beans. And as you see,
Well.
so I'm going to show the time delta. So that's the time he's up at the lap at the minute. It's 0.9 of a second.
Interesting. I've seen a few people take the line much more on the inside, on the last corner. I don't know. Maybe it's faster on the outside.
I love his livery, by the way.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It's such a good job on it. And we're now up to 18 drivers. Ross Webster's after making it in his pink Aston.
Oh, look at that.
I have to say, I loved how inventive some of them have been. I'm trying to think of the right word to say because I'm absolutely brutal. But yeah, like some of the liveries are amazing. Gary's gone with it's an Amigo style livery with his own YouTube links. So they're the links that you'll actually see at the start and the end of our stream on Twitch. You'll see Gary's YouTube, my own YouTube, and Chris Tedder's as well, as he runs the Amigos side of stuff. So Chris's car is the Amigos NS6. Now Chris is normally super fast in this, and he does an awful lot of track guides as well, so you'd be very used to seeing this car as well.
Oh yeah, Chris is doing absolute work for us in the rookies.
Yeah. And is Skyler helping yourself as well, is he?
Oh yeah, most of the times. It's really helpful.
Skyler's brilliant. And then we have the Lexus there as well, which is a very nice car, and I'm starting to see more and more people starting to use the Lexus as well, so I'm wondering, has there been a decent update with that there where it's much more drivable for them? Because the Lexus wasn't used for quite a while, and now it is being used.
I've seen the Lexus also coming very much in use in the past few weeks. Apparently it's very good.
Yeah, I've not drove it yet. No, I drove the Bentley, which I love, so I absolutely understand why Mr. Adam Lockyer is in that Bentley. Now, it is a bit of a boat, but when you're on board, let's go on just to listen to this show. It revs out all the way. It's just a little gamey car. It begs you to drive it on.
It's absolutely amazing.
This car here will absolutely ride any curve, and it has great straight line speed. See, it's a bit of a boat, but it is very, very wet out there. You can see the spray from the car ahead in the distance.
Great weather for the boat.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Radmore done a great little lap there.
He got really close.
Fair play to him. So he's about 3 seconds off, but look at Matthew Gamble is only 0.23 of a second off Dudley now. And see when their names start to flash purple as well, guys, that means they're on a faster lap at the minute. And you see that little 0.2 delta beside him, 0.1. That's going to show if he's up or down times. You see it in the red, they're down on their lap. If they're in the green, they're up on the lap. And then that purple clock beside is who has the fastest lap as well. So for all you viewers who mightn't be aware of the software that I'm running, I'll be able to tell you everything that's going on there. And I can change the information. So there's other stuff there if you'd like to know if someone's pitted, how long someone's been in the pits, if you want to know anything about their pit stop length, their delta, their personal best, the nation, manufacturer, whatever you want to know, let me know. And we've got the race gaps then for the race as well, which we don't really need right now. But Tedder's on it. See the way Tedder has the little neon lights as well inside the car.
Oh, perfect.
And Skyler said it absolutely right there. Drivers are going to have to be careful entering the pits in these conditions because it's going to be an absolute pain.
Oh yes, and the traffic penalties.
Yep. And don't worry guys, we have Helicam and I'm able to do instant replays, custom ones, so if there's any crashes around, we'll do our best to get everything action replayed live as we are streaming.
Yes, as Christian Tedder correctly shows us right there.
He just decided to pull up. Alex North is on the track somewhere. The camera's trying to find him. He's there. So Liam Smith. We'll stand with Liam for a minute. Now Liam is a fellow admin of mine for ERA. But this man here is the most frustrating person to watch. I know he is really, really fast. But he's doing his best, and he's after been working with Skyler a bit as well, because this guy when he kind of gets out of his own head when he makes mistakes. He needs just to get a good race under his belt to get his confidence back more than anything else. Because the guy has a lot of pace. He can be up there with the top of the midfield, not a bother at all. And on his day, he can be fighting up there even with the faster lads. So I'm really looking forward to seeing his progression now through this next phase in 2023. Because he was starting to really push forward at the end of 2022. So I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Yeah, maybe today is his race. Perfect conditions for anything to happen.
Yeah. Skyler just got it there as well. He needs to get into the seat more and off Tarkov. Which is probably true as well, let's be fair about it.
Okay. Can't blame anyone for playing Tarkov, okay?
I've never played it. Never played it.
No, it's such a pain in the ass. I hate the game. I play it always.
And that's the reason why, so. But, that's good stuff there. Let me have a look. Who else is on track though? So we've talked about Gary there already.
William's been roasted before the turkeys.
Of course, that has to be Stacy. Welcome to Stacy, by the way. As you can tell, he's very subtle. And this, yes. Just so you know as well, the M6 is one of my favourite cars in the game.
No, I don't know, man.
I love it. Don't talk bad about it, I'll talk bad about you.
Nah, I'm going to talk bad about it. Look at that nose.
No, it's gorgeous. Listen to that, the pops and bangs. And when you're driving it, just a dumb fault as well. That's enough.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's honestly, it's very, very fast. You've done a great job on it to get a podium, because it is normally about a second off other cars, like, to be fair about it. I will be honest and say that. So, like, you can only imagine just the pace that he has.
Yeah, Ryan's doing a very well job then.
Glenn Cove. Good, I'm missing tonight.
BMW.
So Glenn is there saying he's going to miss tonight. Unfortunately, his steering wheel decided not to work, which is quite annoying. So Glenn, I'm really looking forward to having you back in the driving seat next week or the week after. Hopefully, he does get sorted. Anderson, M6 are amazing. You have now become one of my favourite people to be on my streams, by the way. Skylar saying BMW drivers. Skylar, do we have to fall out? Because we have to have a second podcast as well. Me and Skylar have an awful lot of stuff that we still need to talk about. Because we done a podcast there not too long ago, and to be honest with you, we ended up talking into the early hours of the morning. So definitely it could be a part 2 to that. He's an absolute legend. We on Talent Motorsport have had many talks of racing it. You should, because at the end of the day, it is an amazing thing. But we're now into qualifying, guys. This is the business side of it. So whether you're watching on TikTok or Twitch, you're very, very welcome along. This is now our 4th race in the Amigos Championship. I'll just go into the drive position there for that. And guys, very, very welcome. So we are in Snetterton. And Mr. Frank's out. Oh, look at the rain that's on that track.
Jesus Christ.
That is a monsoon. Chris is a sick man. We are very, very welcome along, guys. So at the minute now, what I need to do, we're going to go session best relative and personal best for qualifying. So we'll see the fastest lap, and then the delta beside them will show if you're up or down. So at least you visually watching can see if someone's going to improve their lap or not going to improve their lap. You will see all that live on the screen as well. And then in the race, I will change that around to give other information as well, guys. So you're all very welcome along. And I hope you enjoy the next hour and a half of racing. There will be driver interviews after the race as well, hence I'm saying an hour and a half. I don't know, or what's happening. Well,
I think it was you.
We're back anyway, that's the main thing. I don't know what was going on there.
I don't know what you did there.
I don't know, the whole thing just definitely froze. Yeah, everyone's out. Yeah, I don't know what was going on.
Yeah, the Discord also froze.
Obviously just off synced for a minute. Crick is a sick man. Wow. Chris is an old legend. Snetterton sounds like the last name of a crabby teacher. And I can imagine Skyler sitting there with a coffee saying that, those chilling. I really can. Sky's a hero. Absolute hero.
Skyler is one of my favorite persons, honestly.
Oh, he's so cool. So cool.
Yeah, he's great. Shout out to Skyler.
Absolutely. So here we're going to start a lap, I think, now with our man, Mr. Franklin. So we're going to stay on with him and just see if he gets on and see does he get caught up on any traffic. And you can see it's not easy out there. He's going a little bit sideways.
Yeah.
aquaplane in a little bit there. I have to say this Ferrari does sound really nice as well. Inside the car, all those pops and bangs. So how scared would you be here, Philip?
Oh, that depends.
If you're in the Ferrari.
I mean, I drive the Ferrari on the league itself. I know it's an asshole over the curbs.
Absolutely.
But in the rain, yeah. But it can be really fast in the rain, even though it can't go over the curbs at all. If you drive it correctly, like Franklin probably,
yeah,
it's going to be extremely fast. But I still shit myself over every fucking curb everywhere. Sorry for my language, but it is like that.
Look how wet it is there, though. Look at that track.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
How they are keeping it on the track, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just...
I can definitely do some hood cams. Let me see. That's from the hood then, so you see the Ferrari, all the little aero ducting and the way it's shaped as well. But look how wet that tarmac is. You can see the rain on the bonnet there as well. Just to understeer with that and then oversteer the minute you put on the throttle. It's a very delicate game trying to balance these cars.
Ferrari likes to step out sometimes really well.
And look how patient he has to be with the throttle. He can't be applying it the way he wants to. I'm sure the traction control is turned up a bit and we're going down the main straight here now. That pit lane's going to be absolutely horrendous. Oh, as he gets over the bumps a little bit. So the first official time of this is a 2:06.15. And Adam Locke now. Let's see what Adam Locke can do.
I honestly expect him to be faster than the Bentley.
See, but even himself there, he's really fighting understeer, oversteer with that throttle. And he's using a lot more traction control. You can hear that there kicking in a massive amount.
The Bentley is one heavy load.
It looks like he's going to go faster though.
Oh yeah?
Nope.
Oh, never mind.
That was his outlap. We're going with Darren Christie next. Let's see what Darren can do out there. Oh, times will definitely improve once the tyres warm up.
Again, totally.
Oh, he did. Wow.
Over half a second away. Jesus.
That is crazy. That's absolutely just sick driving out there. Alex North as well. Up in 6th spot at the minute. He's on his... Where does he go with it? Oh, he's only starting his lap now.
Ah.
It's very deceiving, this. Alpha Dog Meat is on a lap there, so it's down with Alpha. And actually that looks like Radmore behind him. That's going to be tough for Radmore out there. No, it's not Radmore, that could be Alex, sorry. What is Dudley driving? Dudley is in the Lambo. That Lambo seems to be quite well planted for him. He's been the fastest in every session so far.
I wonder how... So far I know that the Lambo is really, really slow.
He's doing wonders. Oh, Liam's off. Let's have an old replay, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, 10 seconds wasn't enough. He was off the track by that stage. Just look at the graphics in this game, though, how clear every bit of detail is there. Shout out to all the guys over there who are making these amazing games, because that's just absolutely sick, the detail that goes into it.
Now Skylar's amazed with the Lambo as well.
The Lambo. What an absolute chad.
Absolutely.
I'm going to jump on my Harper actually in the M6, guys. Oh, that doesn't look like it's easy at all. Oh, Heather's off the track. You see how long they have to wait before they get on the throttle?
Yeah.
He's missed every bit of that apex.
All the time you want to go on the foot, but you know you can't.
Yeah. It's going to be impossible to try and hit an apex there.
I'd be surprised if it does really well at this.
Harper is a fast guy, but at the minute it doesn't look like he's up any time. But look at Mr. Gamble is up a second at the minute, so it's down with Gamble.
Oh yeah, he might be going for some good times.
But look at this though, John Dudley's improved to a 204.9. He's putting the gauntlet down.
Jesus.
It ain't gonna be easy for anybody.
Yes, but Campbell is doing really well, even though you told me to say bad things.
Yeah, no, he put you to sleep though. And it's Gamble. I'll wake up once the race is over. The Lamborn should not be fast here. Definitely shouldn't be fast at all, but you know, Dudley is able to pull the best out of it. And Dudley ain't a slouch, I tell you that much. He's a super fast driver as well. I'm interested to see what Gary's going to do.
Oh, Campbell 1.6 up. That's 1.7.
1.8. It's just going up and up and up. So at the minute he is flashing purple, which could be the fastest lap of the quali so far. But he needs to get home before we can safely say that he's lost a bit of time and has gone out with that flashing purple. So he's lost 2 tenths now. Going down that straight, unfortunately. It's safe second spot.
Oh wow, it's close for.
The weather is definitely a great equaliser. So Gary Smith is still in the pits. I'm very, very shocked at that. Tedder's out there as well. Has all the AMS2 put Tedder at a disadvantage? Stereo. It's not the machine, it's the man behind the wheel. Take my example. I can be slow in any car.
I can feel this.
Oh, we could all say that. Love it. Absolutely love it. So Chris is well down at 14th at the minute. He's going to have to do something special as well. Now Radmore is up 0.8 of a second at the minute, so we're going to stand with Radmore here. That Porsche here, how is he keeping this show going in a straight line? Especially in the rain. It's like a pendulum.
I mean, props to him, but look at the space between third and fourth.
That's huge, 2 seconds at the minute, yeah. Some people love the rain, some people don't, but that's really does what... It shows the difference of drivers here. You can be fast in the dry, come to the wet, you could be struggling like hell.
Redmore is doing really well with the time right now.
Honestly, fair play to him. In that Porsche as well is so tough.
Yeah, just keeping on the track is hard enough, but 2 seconds up, wow.
That's brilliant, Colin.
Props to him as well. Even though if he doesn't get the fastest lap, still absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. So Ryan Harper's in 3rd spot in that M6. Goes to show he's doing a great job in such a tough car.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Might as well be the track, as Skylar said before.
Yeah.
The weight is going to be the way.
Dudley's improving his time again. You've Radmore up half a second again.
Frankland also really close to beating his time.
Frankland is someone I'm telling you you need to watch out for him come the main race. He's such a good driver.
And Redmore again, excellent job. Look at him, half a second up already.
Yeah. Harper not improved much. Jump on Franklin.
Darren Christie also doing a job to get at least into the 9th position.
Absolutely. It's not an easy, it's not easy settings out there tonight for these guys, and there's only 3.5 minutes left for them to do what they can. And there's unfortunately a few people in the red at the minute. Tim Smee's after joining, we're up to 19 drivers. So Smee's got in just in time. Can he get time for a lap? Well, Tim Smee races in a BMW M4 and is actually a very, very good driver and consistent driver as well.
But he just gained a huge amount of time during this lap. Kind of threw it away.
Skylar gave a great point about the Porsche as well. He did say that the engine is on the rear axle, which means it gives a bit better traction. I agree with that, other than the fact that it can be like a pendulum as well. If you lose it, it can easily go all the way around. Oh really? So I'm actually being schooled. Oh, Anderson's after saying it's a Porsche track, and then we experience one of the best wet weather cars with the Lexus, and the Aston's very close behind it. So it's interesting with the Lexus. I need to know more about this Lexus. There's an awful lot of people that are starting to drive this Lexus, and you know, are really getting into it. And the same with the Aston Martin as well. Ever since the last update, you've seen the Aston Martin being used so much. Ryan Harper's flashing purple. Ryan Harper, but the second spot barely missed out. 0.015 of a second off pole, but you can have another go with it.
What is he doing?
I'm telling you, this dude is... Could you imagine him in a faster car? I love the M6, but I know it's not the fastest overall. I know it's about a second off the pace on most tracks. But
yes.
Look at what he's doing in that car.
Attention to Darren Christie as well. 3 seconds up almost.
Oh, Darren, you hero. Where's we jump on with him?
But I'll have to look out for the Lexus on the 15th. Don't want to get beaten by a split bullshit car, man. No thanks.
Darren Christie here now. So Harper's flashing purple. Harper's up nearly half a second again already.
Yeah. God, Harper's flying.
Lexus is crazy and straight, but struggles everywhere else. Okay.
Philippov and Rockstar 1 second up.
Franklin's 0.7 of a second off now. He's after getting so much time. It just keeps flashing. Literally, I'm looking at it's jumping between Harper. Oh, he's gone off. Franklin's gone.
Oh no! Damn it! But Harper's still in it, as well as Gamble.
Harper's a 0.5 of a second.
God, I really want Harper to do it.
So do I. In that M6, I would be so happy for him.
It's just a 5 seconds succession thing.
Webster's after going fastest in the the Aston Martin. What is happening here? It's just changing every second.
He was 10th.
What?
Massive. 1 second off. More.
0.3 seconds.
Might also do it. Jesus, what's happening here?
I can't talk at the minute. I'm just watching this and hoping Harper does it. For the M6. And he's time to do one more lap and he's on it. He's 0.2 of a second.
Oh my god, Harper did it.
No, Webster's now literally on a lap and he's 0.2 of a second of this could literally change again. This is the end of qualifying now. In another 5 seconds, anyone across that line will not be starting another lap. And that's qualifying is over. Whoever's on the lap now is on the lap. So Webster is not going to be able to improve on it.
Oh, no.
Dudley's not going to improve. So North is out there. Alex North is improving on his time.
As well as Christie. Yet again.
So we'll keep an eye on these. Christie's gone. He's not up any time at the minute. He's after losing a bit of time there. The big shock for me, Gary Smith has not got a lap in. Tim Smee has not got a lap in. Chris Tedder down in 16th position.
What's happened there?
Not like Chris either. This is...
Props to the guys that for the first, 5-6 minutes were in the mid-pack and now up in the front. Like Webster, Dudley, Massey.
Absolutely.
Well, not Dudley, but Massey.
Alright, we have some wet conditions.
Except for Franklin, he was so close to it.
We've got 5 minutes until the race start. Not even now, less than 5 minutes. I do have a race intro that's about 1.5 minutes long. But let's just discuss this for a minute. You've got Ryan Harper in the M6 on pole position. You have Webster in an Aston Martin in second. Dudley in the Lamborghini in third. I don't think these are any cars you would expect to be up there.
Absolutely not.
Wow, wow, wow is all I'm saying. Then we have Massey in the NSX in fourth, Gamble in the Boren M4 in fifth. Then we've got Franklin in the Ferrari in sixth, Radmore in the Porsche in seventh, Locke in the Bentley in eighth, Filippov I think is in an Aston Martin then in ninth. Then we have North. What is North driving? I'm so bad. It'd be handy if I could see, but I can't. Ah, he's in the Lexus. Look at that for a top 10. There's literally... I'm going to go to the manufacturer. That's just the easiest thing to do there while we're waiting. Manufacturer. Look at that. BMW, Aston Martin, Lambo, Honda, BMW, Ferrari, Porsche, Bentley, Aston Martin, Lexus, Audi behind that, another Porsche. Guys, this is so mixed. It's absolutely crazy out there. I'm shocked.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to this race now. I want to 5 minutes to be up already. But look how dark it is there.
Yeah. It's going to be absolute shit show into 10-1.
Ross W full send.
It's Skylar, we have some wet conditions.
Definitely. No, it's definitely dry there. Chris Ted was after saying he was on the last timer, or the last corner and the timer ran out. But yeah, that is definitely tough going. But
Big crash coming, absolutely. I can
Probably.
already see it from my eyes.
probably.
But really,
sure.
if Brian Harper didn't have the 5 seconds, I think he would win. But
Yeah.
right now I'm not giving him that chance. Maybe a podium, but not hard winning.
Absolutely not.
There's Adam, 8th. And he has 15 seconds.
That is absolutely crazy. P2 for no practice and dry setup. Ross, will I take that? Ross done that in a dry setup on the Aston Martin. What? Like, honestly, what? Tom, that's crazy. Apart from 2 Astons, every car in the top 10 is different. Absolutely. That's absolutely mental. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm not going to do quality session best. I'm going to do race gaps in that one now. So we'll have race gaps and we'll just keep the manufacturer there for the first lap and then I'll change that up. Ryan Harper, that's fucking solid. Ryan, that was probably the greatest lap in all the history of a set of course because you done it in the M6. No other reason. Nothing to do with it being wet out there and dark and crazy and monsoon conditions. The fact you done it in an M6 is absolutely phenomenal. Smino setup for what? Ah, so that's why Smee didn't get a lap in. He doesn't even have set up for the track yet. So he's going to find a fun.
Ryan is laughing at him.
Oh, it's brilliant. So over on the Twitch side of things, I'm going to do the full race intro. So we'll stay talking on TikTok while we have the intro running on our Twitch side of things, guys. So enjoy the intro, and back to you there in about a minute and a bit's time. No, I'll eventually get it. No, Jesus Christ. There we go, at last. That's the worst thing. No, it's all over the place there, it was. Yeah, guys, so on TikTok, you know, jump over to my Twitch as well, guys, because you have a full broadcast there. There's an awful lot more detail on the screen as well. You don't have to look at my ugly mug, but all the same, I'm delighted that you're in here watching it. I really hope you do get to enjoy this race. Philip, I think we're going to be in for an epic battle because it's anyone's game. Anyone's game. You've done me behind, you've massive. Like, there's so many, like, because I've watched these guys for so long, I know how good they all are, so I just know how epic this is going to be. So the cars looks like they're getting ready to get going. A lot of them are getting the engine started up now. The same with Gary as well. And don't forget then, in 8th place, Adam Locke has a 15-second succession penalty for winning the last race. Gary Smith at the back has 10 seconds. Oh, it wasn't so Paul Venture was not racing tonight, sorry. And Harper actually, who's on pole, has a 5-second penalty. So Gary doesn't have that. So Gary can be consistent and get a race in. So let's see what earlier than normal because the cars are moving already, so we're back live on both things now because we can't really be missing out on this one too much as they are lining up to get going. So let's see what they can do. I'm really looking forward to this one now.
Absolutely.
So once they turn this final corner, this little tiny bit here, the minute they hit the start line, it's race away. Quite gapped at the minute.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Here we go.
Oh, look at that straight away. Webster's after getting a great start in the Aston Martin. Harper has to let him through. Wow. So Webster's got a great start there. And then behind here as well, James Franklin's up. Goshi Gamble's down a few spots. John Dudley's after losing the spot. But look at that. Massey runs wide. Franklin's through. Franklin goes down around the outside.
Oh, got stuck behind.
Oh, let's have a quick replay of that while that's happening there. So you should see there, he got a little tap, I think, from Massey when he put. No, he didn't. Oh, he did.
He did. He absolutely did.
Massey just didn't get it on the brakes. Wow.
Oh no! Franklin had such a good run as well.
That is absolutely crazy. So Harper's 1.6 seconds off. But look at this Magic Gamble though. Is coming back with, I think it's Goshi at the minute. Adam Locke's up into 4th spot from 8th place, by the way, guys. What a start from Adam Locke. Absolutely brilliant stuff there. So Matthew is going to try and do his best now. As I see Smee lost the position there to Franklin. So Franklin's after getting back by Smee, which is good. Alex up in 8th there as well. Alex, I think, had a bit of a tough start. Wowzers is all I can say here. Absolutely crazy.
And I was about to say first 10 was actually not in any kind of shoots this time.
So what's happened, Radmore?
Oh no.
Well, we'll go back 30 seconds. I think something more happened in here. So this is a replay of Radmore. What's happened? Because he lost a few spots before he went off there. So Munden, did he understeer off? No, he just slowed there. But Liam gets by him. So Munden does yeah, he gets it wrong there. Gets the braking wrong. Goes off the track. And there's not much he can do.
He got the first line wrong and then probably got the second line as well wrong. But I think you can. Oh yeah.
Massively wrong. But look at this here. So Matthew Gamble and Goshi for 5th and 6th are absolutely fighting along. Franklin, by the way, is after getting another move done there now. I'll see if we get that live. Yeah, it looks like that Rob Saul just ran a little bit wide and Franklin said, wham bam, thank you ma'am, see you next week. Oh, Ryan Happer's just after losing it as well. Let's go. Let's go. What happened here? He's fighting with Dudley. Yeah. I'm not going to get the replay on it now because they're fighting away Dudley now. After dropping off, Adam Locke going to go down the inside of Dudley. Adam Locke's got to move done, and Adam Locke is coming for Harper. Dudley's not giving up. Look at the Lambo.
Oh, look.
Wow.
That was close.
And while we're looking at that, Gamble has got by Goshi eventually. Tim Smee's off the track. Sorry guys, there's just so much stuff everywhere. I'm going to try and keep on top of everything, but at the minute we'll keep on with the racing for now. This is absolutely so close here
for the fact that Ryan and Locke will probably not win it at all. They're really close to it right now.
Absolutely.
I'm absolutely shocked.
Oh, what happened, Gamble?
Oh no.
Right, quick. Well, he was just off the track. I think he's glitching, that's why he pulled off. Unfortunately with Gamble, he can suffer with his internet at times.
Ah.
So I think that's what he's done there. Fair play to him though, he's done the right thing. He'll sort it out though and come back in. He's not going to do that, give up. He'll come back into it near the end, so I won't be saying or worrying too much about that yet.
Still sad for it because he was really fast in qualifying.
Absolutely. So Dudley and Locke are having a nice little chin wag along. Well, back further though, look at this little battle starting to build up here. You've got Chris Tedder with Alex. You've got then James Franklin recovering behind that. A great little train here with Hobbs-Saul behind and Anderson and Radmore fighting behind them as well.
Oh, the Porsche going wide.
Porsche going very wide. Good for Tedder. It's getting very close. James Franklin though is doing a great job. But look at this.
Oh.
Dudley and Locke are after swapping. Sorry, I just had to jump onto that one there. So we'll jump back on though to the other guys fighting. I do apologise, just want to see that. There's just so many people so close to each other, it's so hard to know where to be looking right now.
Kind of need a second stream going on.
Absolutely, I think we do at this stage.
Oh, that's a quick mistake. Oh no.
Oh, look at that, Franklin right up the inside.
Oh,
what a dude, and Tedder gets the inside back but runs wide. Franklin does the switch back, tiny bit of a touch there, and Franklin gets the move done. But look at this, Hobbs-Saul is going to go for around Tedder as well. Tedder is going to hold the inside line here. Saul's being very brave. The pit lane is now open, as they said. Tedder gets a little bit sideways, drops down 2 positions from it, gets back going anyway. Let's see what he can do. Recover. Chris is very experienced, he won't let that annoy him too much, and he's going to put his head down and get on with it. Now, a guy we haven't spoke about, but I think needs to be spoken about, is this man here, Gary Smith. Didn't do a lap at all up in 7th spot.
Just alright then.
Like,
just flex on us.
What a dude. There's just been so much happening, it's hard to know. I'm going to look at the positions gained here, right? And this man that we're looking at here started in 18th position and is up in 7th spot, up 11 spots in the first few laps. The biggest loser obviously is Gamble because of his connect, but other than that then, from the race, Chris Radmore is down 6 positions.
Gamble apparently had a mechanical failure.
Oh, did he?
Yes, Skylar said so.
Okay. Mechanical failure.
That's even worse.
Does it say it on this screen? No, it doesn't. That's crazy.
Probably his rig.
Possibly. Yeah, Matthew, jump in and let us know. I'm in shock right now.
Yeah.
So Dudley here having a good little battle. We're going to jump back on here because Darren Christie is after getting by Tedder. But look at Darren Christie and catching Franklin right. And that's Franklin must have ran a bit wide there. And is now under. Look at Christie there. The grip he's having it. Under does Franklin have any damage? Because he is really struggling out there.
Yeah, Franklin, remember in the second turn he got pushed from behind.
Yeah. Although if he did, he would have went in because Tedder's gone into the pits now. So Tedder must be carrying damage. As we do have Gary Smith in the pits, Franklin in the pits now. Why is it saying Franklin in the pits if he's there? Oh, well, Franklin is in the pits. We're looking at the wrong car. Never mind. And when we're talking about that, oh, what happened Tino showed here 10 seconds ago. He just ran wide, cut the braking wrong and onto the grass. And Alex North as well is after having a bit of a moment. But all as well. As well.
For Skylar, everything is a mechanical failure.
Okay. Windows update. I love it. How much coffee have you drank today? What a dude. Ryan Harper is after spinning. Right, we're going to go back 30 seconds for this one. Guys, there's so much stuff happening here. So wrong with him there. Runs wide on that curb, onto the grass. Yeah. Kept it going there though.
Interesting. I thought he was going to do that there.
Does he run wide? Oh, he's sideways onto that curb.
Yeah.
There's no, yeah, once you hit that curb, it's just going to spin you the whole way around, especially if you're sideways. Oh, a lock, and I have to say, the guys there done a great job to avoid that as well. So he's now in the pits. Unlucky Ryan. John Dudley now up in the second spot.
But that's the thing with this track in this kind of weather, into the curbs. You go on them.
Oh, as we said, that looks like Adam knocks after spinning as well. Go back
What?
10 seconds. Adam's out of the corner and that curb of death. You do not want to run wide.
Even a Bentley can't drive over it.
Wow. Great little flamboyant spin as he's back going now, but wow. Everything can happen here in racing. Liam Smith's up in 6th spot. Go on the Limo.
But also, the crazy Porsche, Redmore, is doing absolute work there.
Unreal. Look at the exhaust glowing on that Porsche. This is what we want to be seeing here. Oh, that Porsche though definitely has better cornering speed than the Audi there. The understeer of the Audi was huge.
Yeah, maybe you can pull something off, maybe in the top 3.
Absolutely, it's looking like that at the minute.
Yeah, and Ross Webster doing an excellent job. He was in qualifying for the 6 minutes. For the first 6 minutes, he was like midfield.
Yeah.
Then he went into second first. I don't know. Second, I believe.
He's 6.5 seconds clear, so you know he's doing a great job. Let's be fair about it. Let's see, can he do it? So just have pit stops visible for anyone there. Although I should show that Gary Smith and all has a pit stop, but yet it doesn't, which is quite weird.
Oh, and he went off. Redmore.
Oh no, he's still on. That was Alex. It was.
Oh, we had another Porsche.
Yeah, that was Alex. So I'm with John Dudley here in second spot. John's had a great start to this one as well.
Yeah, he was the fastest guy the longest time of this entire race, so...
Just to show the guys there the positions of people who've won and lost and not made any positions there, and then the biggest losers down the bottom of the track, as you see.
Harper, oh yeah.
So Harper's gone, Matthew Gamble's gone obviously, so God knows what's happened to him, unfortunately.
Oh, Ryan got taken out 20 seconds of damage.
And fastest lap keeps swapping. John Dudley now with the new fastest lap at 2 minute 1.707. Wowzers.
And I thought Ryan was going to win. Adam Locke also said, "No, look at it."
Oh!
Really. Oh, wow.
Go back 10 seconds, Helicam. What happened there?
Oh, he crashed into someone.
So Chris Mad. Oh, Liam lost it.
Oh, no.
And then that was just unlucky. Hopefully he doesn't get too much damage from that.
Yeah, that looked really hard, though.
Wow. Liam's back going anyway. That's really unlucky for Chris. But look at Chris. Christy now is now up into 5th or 6th spot. I don't know who's going to be where by the end of this, but that's the joys of the rain. One car, one bit too early bit of power. Even with traction control on, these cars do absolutely spin out.
Look at Filippo go. Started in 9th all the way up into 3rd.
I'm just laughing at Skyler's comment. Liam and losing it. Can you think of a more iconic duo? I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, I love this community. Absolutely brilliant.
More than Eminem.
Alpha Dogme has been overtook by Chris Tedder by quite a bit already by the looks of it.
Yeah, Alpha Dogme was in the first place, it seems, but can happen.
Lose the more than Eminem. But look at this though. So Ross was 6.5 seconds clear, is now only under 5 seconds clear. So
need some work to get what Webster in.
Dudley is on it, and I'm showing up the personal best lap times for the guys on the screen, so at least they can see it. Now, for some reason, it's saying Alex's fastest lap is 10 minutes. I can't imagine that being true. Fast lap by Dudley there at 2 minute 1.2. So Dudley is really getting in the swing of things now.
The thing is with both of them now, if Webster gets the physiological mindset that he's going to like, oh, I have to go faster, he might go off. Same with Dudley though. Dudley makes one mistake, he can shove it back in.
This is one, so Gary has already pitted, but I don't know why he's at the very back again. He's 8.1 seconds off Dogmeat and Tedder on that as well, so I'm wondering what happened to him there. We've got Liam now into the pits. I wonder how much damage does he have there as well. We'll have a look at the pit times on that as that develops. So Dudley now 3.4 seconds off. Dudley's going to be fighting for that lead very, very soon.
Anderson and Franklin quite close to each other.
Absolutely, this is crazy stuff. So Liam's staying in the pits, that's why there's stuff happening there. So Franklin, we'll get a quick replay of that one and we'll have to go back to it. So Franklin goes around the inside as Smee goes around the outside, but now Smee, don't forget, doesn't have a setup or anything, hasn't got a lap in, so for him just to jump into this race and to be running up on 12th is still quite a very good feat, because that's definitely not easy at all to be doing. Neil Massey's just after having a little moment. It's just never ending here. The same place, the same place as Harper. Oh, but he hits the wall.
Oh no.
Hopefully there's not too much damage there. Look at Adam Locke now, is that... Oh! I thought he was going to go for around the outside.
Yeah. Oh. But it's really, really close. Maybe on the straight. After all, the Bentley is one of the fastest cars in the straight.
Absolutely. It also doesn't like those curves. Didn't he find that out as well, spinning there not too long ago?
So even the boat isn't safe in these conditions.
Chris Dancer, crunch.
Oh god, Dudley, 2.3 seconds away now, only from Webster.
That's good, we're going to have to jump onto that now in a minute. And Skyler there saying the front end of the Honda looks like it's having a cheeky smile. You're actually dead right, especially with the neon there. Absolutely love it. And the Bentley is side mounted exhaust, that's why you see a bit of red at the sills there, that's the exhaust glowing.
Yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful again. You can say what you want.
I love it. I love his livery as well.
I mean, I agree Webster has to get going, but if he goes too much over his own limit, then he can throw it
more
off.
drag racing here.
Ah. Maybe the racing Porsche can go back in.
So that's Pablo Sol and that other Ferrari that we thought was Franklin. Oh, that was a nice little Bit of
And
defensive
it's probably
driving.
quite good now.
Darren Christie is definitely starting to struggle here at the minute because look at Saul is looking to go around the outside here. Ends up running a bit wide. I'm wondering is that Audi just a bit too understeery here on this track tonight?
Maybe it doesn't do well in the rain. Audi. You know it wants to kill you. Test of reputation.
Yeah.
Thought we're kind of stagnating now with this time.
Oh, a bit of a twitch there from Saul. And Jarrah's saying the conditions out there are genuinely awful. It was like driving old DTMs and AMS2 or the 70s cars around Oldham. Wow. Must be bad. We're going to jump onto this because this is a battle for the lead. Down under 2 seconds now. It was over 6.5 seconds only 2 or 3 laps ago. This is just... It's developing into be a good race and we're only not even 20 minutes in yet.
Yeah, you have to think what Webster is thinking about right now. What he's going to try about Dudley.
Honestly, if I was Webster, if he knows he doesn't have to pace it, Dudley, let Dudley boy and just fight then for that second position because it's still 43 minutes to go in this race.
Yeah,
anything can happen.
Better let him go, not screw up at all. Have the second position instead of screwing around and then in 15th.
Absolutely, and like look at the gap there to third is 16.5 seconds. So these two are in the league of their own here. They really are doing an amazing job.
So Webster has all the reason to just go for the second.
And by the way, look at Gary Smith. He was 8 and a bit seconds off dog meat a few laps ago. He's now 1.4 seconds off. So don't count Gary out for a podium either. I know that's probably a bit early saying that. He's done 2 pit stops. 2 pit stops, not 1, 2. So he's obviously had a bit of damage somewhere as well.
Franklin Redmore and Outlaw still so close to each other.
That's crazy. Pablo Saul is after having a moment there. We'll go back 10 seconds, see what it was. No, at that stage, everyone had already overtook him. Oh no, he didn't. He ran wide, and does Franklin get by him? I keep getting him and Franklin mixed up. Franklin has the black in the car. Colin, remember.
A nice four-way fight from them now.
So I'm going to stay on with these guys for a minute because they're so close.
I'm amazed they kept on the track without any damaging each other. Interesting.
Adam Locke's going to go for it. Drag race with the NSX.
Maybe he goes around for this time?
He's definitely going for the switchback, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah, that NSX though is a little rocket off the corner.
I'm having some trouble with him.
James Franklin's after getting up 2 positions there. Oh, Radmore's just had a quick moment. Let's go back 10 seconds, see what happened. When the camera catches up, there we go. Hits the curb. Yep.
Ah, yes.
Well, he done very well. Didn't hit into the wall and kept it going. So well done, Mr. Radmore. Great on his limitation. Oh,
Remember, he already does damage.
Look at Tether from a mile back here.
Oh, wow.
He's cutting the grass and everything taking that corner. Alex North, I think, was being very, very fair with his driving and probably a bit over fair. But good to see it.
Yeah. Better worth it than just going straight into the opponent. Better than any F1 lobby.
Absolutely.
It's the strongest shape for a racetrack. Snetterton looks like a wrinkled car.
Oh, wow. That had to be in Tether. Or no, that was definitely Stacey, was it?
Yeah, it was Stacey.
Oh, Stacey Ellis. You're some boyo. You're some boyo. Skyler, he said it. Love it. So, Liam, so Gary's back in the pit. What's happening, Gary, tonight?
Question.
This is the man that's leading the championship, is having a mare of a race out there, it seems.
Maybe some mechanical issues.
Oh, what's happening here? There we go.
Our Chris Tedder with Redmore. Redmore at the moment, I think.
This is crazy. Wait, camera 1's gone a bit mad. So Dudley hasn't really got in now any closer in the last few laps, so Webster looks like they're taking it nice and handy.
Yeah, I think Dudley also got a bit of the throttle.
So we're looking at the personal best. What I'm going to do now, actually, current live lap times. We're going to look at the live lap times. We're going to see how they're projected and doing each lap.
Stacy saying the Finsk sky would only be brave enough to finish.
Oh, as it looks like we've got Lock on into the pits. Very, very technical pit lane here as well. It's easy to lose it going into the pits. And now we have Dudley 1.8 seconds off Webster for the race lead at the minute. So we jump online here. This is on the front splitter. Look at the spray that's coming up off Webster's car as well. That's going to the windscreen of that car. Ah, look at that.
So you have even less visibility than you
Oh, this is so little.
Probably a reason he wasn't so close for a few minutes right now. Can't really stay close to one car with that.
Absolutely, and poor Mr. Lock though is going to be in them pits quite a while. That 15 seconds section penalty is going to make it feel like an eternity in the pit.
But Franklin has made a really good return. 5th place now.
Absolutely.
From second time being shoved away.
You have a look here. What's happened to me? Go back 30 seconds here. We're just going to do a bit of a replay here to see what happened with Smee. So it looks like then, so Locke is going to have served his penalty now, and no other penalties are being served because Venter hasn't been able to race tonight. And unfortunately, we've seen what happened. Ah, he just clips
on
the
the
grass.
grass. And he already hit a moment before.
Yeah,
But good enough to not stay into the wall.
Yeah, fair play to him. That's tough going, isn't it?
What happened to Redmore?
Radmore, where is he?
Oh,
He's
no,
in the
no,
pits.
it's okay.
So Dudley is coming up a bit closer now. He's only 1.3 seconds off Mr. Webster now. So Ross is still doing a phenomenal job. Like, he got away with not having, you know, any major kind of scares, I suppose, at the start of the race, but has kept it on the road, which is the main thing. It's a very, very tough track to be racing on here tonight. And as you see from these conditions here, it's not even easy following.
Now it's a question if Webster is going to lose it.
Look at that though. Look at the visibility.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
Wow.
You don't even see the corner.
No. I wonder would Addy them cheat and try and do like a bonnet cam like that where it's a little bit better.
Maybe.
I wouldn't be able to drive like that.
No, I wouldn't be able either, but maybe he can.
Possibly. Let's see though.
It's just really a question of if Webster is going to let it go to his head.
Yeah. Pablo Saws after having a moment. Oh, a huge moment. Look at the side of that car.
Oh, God.
Let's go back. I'm going to go back 30 seconds of this to actually see what happened in the build-up. That was a mint condition Ferrari before that incident.
That's in the curb. Yep. No, wait.
No, it's good to go. I think is it the faster one?
Oh,
no!
Oh, he completely locked it up.
Yeah, you were never going to stop that there as well.
That is hard damage. Yeah, once on the grass you can't stop it.
Yeah, and wet grass.
Oh,
No matter how good you are.
Retired after too much damage.
I think he's having issues with connection or something as well though.
That's a question if he does.
Because I seen him through Steam saying that he's on and then on and then on. So I just wondering is it that there's a massive connection issue for himself tonight, which would be quite sad for him because leading this championship, last thing you want is connection causing you an issue.
Yeah.
That's tough going.
Connection overall is just the worst enemy for all of us.
Yeah. And I want to welcome everyone who's watching on Twitch or TikTok. You're more than welcome. Don't forget to hit that follow. We have loads more racing this week. We have the Formula 1 ERC on Wednesday, and then we have the Endurance on Saturday in Misano. 3.5 hours of absolute madness. Can't wait for it now at this stage. So guys, make sure to follow. And also, by the way, it's not my twin you're listening to tonight. I know he sounds very Irish. His name is Philip, and he's coming from a little place called Austria.
How do I sound Irish, mate?
You're my twin, sure. You're my twin.
Both Irish drivers having connection issues to a server in Ireland. Yeah, I mean, I have sometimes connection issues to Austria. But to the city next to me, 15 kilometers away.
It's because I'm using all the bandwidth to do the streaming.
You just take the entire service. This is mine now.
I need to stream this. Thanks very much for your internet. So Dudley now.
800 piece of string. Absolutely, that's Ireland. Oh, I see it.
Ah, here, Stacey. Did you know Stacey is actually a registered sex offender? Don't tell anyone.
Don't tell you, yes, of course.
Don't tell him.
Be completely silent about it.
No one's going to say anything about it.
Ah, absolutely nothing. Hey, that wasn't Austrian, that was an experiment gone wrong and it just went to Germany, so it's German, okay?
Honestly, this man comes out with the most obscene stuff. I told you what he was like. I did say it, so I warned you.
Yeah, at least he was famous. At least he was famous, mate.
But the Webster's being caught up now with the back traffic, so Liam. Now, guys, as well here, it's not like Formula 1 when there's a blue flag, you do not have to get out of the way. Not immediately, but you can get away obviously at your own time. But Liam's doing it in a way where he's not losing too much time. So that's a big difference as well between the GT racing and Formula 1 racing. Just for anyone who wouldn't know that.
So they're getting some huge advantage out of that rule.
Well, luckily enough, Ross looks like he's pulled out a little bit of his time again. Wow, I do love World of Warcraft. That's my brother got me into it, and I absolutely love it. So we can't mock that. Can't mock World of Warcraft. Man. That's just mean. Let me have a look here now. So look at Tedder's actually up in 8th spot, and he's already done a pit as well. So Tedder's actually on the way up as well, which is quite good to see. Whether he gets to keep it there now is a different story, but let's see what he can do.
It's amazing for me that Webster is still keeping it on the track, even though he got partly one of the fastest ones right now, right behind his heart.
But look at this as well, right? So by looking at the timing here, Massey has to pit, but Franklin and Phillip have already pitted. So Goshi and James can go straight to the end here, which would mean the two of them should be able to jump Massey for third spot. So there's going to be, this is a genuine fight for third here we're looking at. And as I say, that Goshi goes off the track. So I've ruined that for Goshi. So then we have Chris Tedder now up in the 6th spot, Darren Christie in 7th, but Darren is so close to Tedder. Tedder gets a bit of understeer. Christie's definitely holding, that Porsche looks like he's struggling to even stay on the track. So Alex is obviously having a bit of a mare there at the minute. So Skylar has said exactly what I was thinking. If I was Dudley, I'd be doing the undercut as well. He's getting your pit stop done, getting into clean air, because he has a faster overall lap time. And he's consistently staying faster. Although last lap Webster was 0.8 of a second quicker.
Just want to point out Stacey.
Huh?
Just to do it.
Oh, Stacey's comment, okay. Colin thinks Halloween and like a new torpedoes. Oh wow! Says the man who's inviting people in the Discord over to his house for tea. Will you cop on, you big rapist? I say Stacey's like a serial killer.
Oh god. What reason I go to England or Ireland ever again?
I wonder why my streams go downhill and Stacey comes into them. Honestly, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and not use swear words or act like this, and he's here
just comes in.
offering it to me on a plate where I'm just too much of a fat bastard just to say no.
It's a legend.
I like Stacey. He's a good man. And by the way, for anyone who's watching and for yourself, if you didn't know, we're doing a community meetup in Silverstone in May on the 6th and 7th, I think it is. We're going to go to the GT racing over there in the British GT Championship, so you're more than welcome to come along. I know Christian's coming over from Germany as well.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a German.
Oh, Christian is also a monster, at least in the... Where was he? AM? Yeah?
Yeah.
The Lambo. He was doing really good work in Nürburgring until he won multiple times. Good job, Christian.
And you know what, Stacey's dead right. He's saying I must start being nice before we roast, because when I do a podcast with Stacey, it's the one podcast I promise, no matter what the question someone puts at, I'm asking Stacey. No, I didn't ask some of the questions for Lima because they were rough. With Stacey, anything goes. Whatever you want to say is Dudley goes into pits now. So this could be the game changer later on in the race, so let's remember that. Don't let Christian and Phil get together, we're in trouble. Wow.
Hey, this is going to be fun, don't worry about it.
World War 52 there. So that was a quick splash and dash there from Dudley.
What do you mean about 52? It's going to be the 130th.
Gotta go all out. Gerard's and dying lads, almost not angry my internet said no. Well, I'm sad your internet said no. It would have been great to see it on the track, but... So now, let's look at this gap now. So Ross Webster is 31.1 seconds clear of Dudley. It's about 30 seconds of a pit stop if you're splashing and dashing. But Dudley was only stationary for 7.8 seconds there.
Yeah,
So
let's see. Webster goes for really fast laps now. And then just quick splash and dash.
yeah,
That's a win.
absolutely, absolutely. As Darren Christie is off. 10 seconds back we go. And just the same thing, they're all going a little bit wide, and then that grass just says, fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
That's a beautiful looking Audi though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've done such a nice job in that livery.
Nice beautiful.
So we're after losing quite a few drivers who are being frustrated with the conditions here tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah. Webster might lose time in traffic. Oh, yes, that could be.
Absolutely. Oh, not even on traffic. He's after going off the track there. How much time did he lose there?
Oh, that's a curb right there.
Not too bad.
Too far.
Yeah,
Too
not
far.
too bad. Well, he'd want to think about pitting now to try and get out ahead of Webster, because any longer and he might actually come up ahead of Dudley, otherwise he might come up behind. So if I was Webster, I'd be in this lap, because at least if he's ahead he can then put that spray in front, and he must be listening to us because he's doing it. Into the pits he goes. So let's keep an eye now. We're going to jump on with Dudley. So Dudley, a little bit, so you can tell Dudley's pushing anyway, he's going a little bit sideways.
Yeah. But if he gets it done, then easy win for him.
We're going to find out.
Let's see. If it goes too aggressive, then he shunts it.
Webster moving, so Webster's coming out of the pits. Oh, this is going to be a drag. You can hear the Austin there in the background.
Oh, he's going out in front.
Webster only done a splash and dash 5.4 seconds stationary. He's actually pulled time on Dudley there. Wow. Genius
Absolutely
move.
amazing.
So if he stayed in for 2 seconds, he would have lost that position. Straight up the back.
But he didn't. Good job to him.
Wow. He was 2.4 seconds quicker in the pits than Dudley. So Dudley done what he needed to do, but just didn't anticipate for literally the minimal splash and dash that Webster was doing. So Webster actually started with full fuel load. Or as close to full. He must have only put in like 2 or 3 litres.
I think it's, of course, you have now again different conditions on his own car than before.
Yeah.
But Webster, like a guy, I think he'll just ignore that.
Yeah, Dudley stopped for 7 seconds, and but Dudley didn't have any penalties or anything like that. So I wonder did Dudley just accidentally put in too much fuel as Dog Meat goes around here and loses it.
I'm thinking for Dudley probably is going to go very aggressive now, at least for.
Well, he's got 25 minutes though to build it up. He can try and pressure and stay behind 1 second, half a second.
Yeah, maybe for 10 minutes or something like just normal.
But that's what you're looking at.
Nothing. You see that?
Yeah, I think that might be a point. He might have had a little bit of damage that maybe it pulled it out to 7 seconds.
Oh, that could be.
Whatever it was is after ruining it for him. For now, the race is definitely far from over as Liam is off the track.
Again.
What has happened this dude? So Helicam, 32nd. We're doing more replays than actual racing. So much action here.
Stacy, fastest time, Ron Silverstone, Christian and Philip in the Panzer.
Oh, wow.
France? You're forgetting the wrong country now.
Yeah, I think it's France. Oh, he lost it under braking for the corner. But fair play, he's kept it going, that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So left to pit, Neil Massey's yet to pit, we have Tim Smee yet to pit, and Alpha Dogby. So there's only 3 people who have not pitted. And I'm surprised, I suppose at this stage, for Massey he knows he's not going to have that 3rd spot. Franklin is looking to favour for that at the minute.
Absolutely.
Wow. Or Anderson's after saying overtaking at this track are harder than the Pope at a kindergarten. Wow. These comments are getting rough here on Twitch. TikTok luckily haven't been that rough.
Get those TikTok peoples on Twitch. Let's get really rough.
Have to jump across the Twitch. You'll see a different kind of chat going on there. Fuck me. We had John Dudley here, 1.3 seconds off. He's kind of sitting where he needs to stay to be. So will I put my money on Webster?
Not yet.
Well,
Not yet.
I should start our bookies for this and make side hustles off these lads. Although they could fix a race and not tell me it'll be down thousands. Look at that though, the fast lap by Dudley, 2:01 .092. So it's still a half a second near the end of 0.4 of a second, pretty much for Ross Webster and Dudley on the overall fastest lap. On the last lap, Ross Webster had a slow enough lap, Dudley on a fast enough lap. So let's see how it is on the next lap. We'll get a true show of the time. Although at the minute there, it's still showing us a little bit off, which is quite unusual.
But that is really close to him.
Oh, absolutely.
It's amazing.
That's
amazing with that low visibility.
That is just so close there now. Look at that. And there's traffic again, which you do not want. So we're going to jump on board now with the race leader. Look at the visibility is just so low.
Oh, and he has kind of moment there.
Blue flags are waving, flashing the lights. Liam does not have to move out of the way, and he's not making it easy. I'm sure he'll be coursing him.
Absolutely.
So this is the difference of Formula 1 and GTs, guys. They do not have to move.
Of course it's nice one. Because if you got into a situation...
What happened? Dudley must have had a bit of a moment.
Really?
Liam is only kind of letting Ross through now, so Ross after getting through both of them now by the looks of it. He is. So Dudley's after having a moment, which is after costing him the guts of 2 seconds now, so not ideal from there at all.
Yeah, he needs to capitalize on the intellectual assist, but how? When something like that on Liam happens.
Well, he was capitalising on it, but he obviously made a mistake himself, and look, he's not made many mistakes through, but this could be the difference of winning a race now. There's literally just over 20 minutes to go, so there's 21 minutes to go in this race. You know, this is the time that we don't want to be making those mistakes.
Absolutely, and he really wants to stay close to Webster. If any mistake happens.
So if I was Massey, I'd probably wait until Franklin's maybe a little bit closer before he pits. There's no point really pitting now at this stage. He might as well wait till closer to the 5 minutes. As the cut off for the pits is 5 minutes, it's a 50-minute pit window.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he's probably better off just kind of being patient and holding off now and just waiting to see what happens.
You're just going for like, I don't know, last 5 minutes, then going.
Absolutely, yeah, sure. With not much to lose there. Celine gets nicely out of the way for Dudley that time. He didn't give Webster the same kind of courtesy there. But look at this, Franklin now is only 1.8 seconds off Massey. So if I was Massey, I'd be saying, do you know what, I'm getting into these pits. And as I say that, into the pits he goes.
Yeah, right about now was the perfect time.
And now Goshi's going to get by him. I'm wondering, I think Tedder might get by him as well. So if Tedder does this, this is a great recovery from Tedder.
Yeah, absolutely. There was he, there was like, what?
So
15?
Just to show the guys on the screen as well, instead of going current lap live, I'm going to go to position delta. So you'll see all the positions gained. Tedder's up 11 spots at the minute. If he gets by Massey here, that's 12 spots. 12 spots it is for Tedder, that's phenomenal. And Tim Smee's up 10 spots as well. So like, you know, you've got to... Hats off to him. Massey's only down 2 spots.
And also for those that don't have these huge numbers, just like Filipov, 5 spots up, still amazing.
Absolutely.
So is Alex. I can't pronounce the last name. I don't want to be killed by the Romanians. They already hate us enough.
But Dudley is still kind of been around the 3 seconds off here as well. So Dudley, you got to feel that little error could have cost him this race.
Darren Christie, even for his so far back, still having kind of a battle with Alfred Dorkness.
Darren Christie's doing a great job.
Yeah. I'm guessing the audio is really not suited. Look at them. Both of them really far down.
No, but he had the off though as well. But look, Darren Christie, as I said at the start of this race, is one of the guys that's improving massively. As Paul Anderson has a tiny little off there, it looks for what his back going. But Darren Christie is someone who's really impressed me with how he's improving race on race. And from where he's coming from last season into this season is night and day. Absolutely night and day. And now that there's a good few more drivers in, unfortunately we're after losing out on a few tonight with a few incidents.
Yeah.
But
Not the best of conditions for everyone.
no, look what happened. Harper, he had over 20 seconds of damage as well, he was saying, so that was kind of that gone. And Skyler dead right, Chris is keeping a cool head, showing his experience there. It's great to see all the guys getting involved here on Twitch with the discussions as well. And you guys at TikTok, don't be afraid to give us another comment as well. And don't forget to follow everyone as well. We do have loads of streams going on now because it's the new seasons have started. There's going to be more and more happening here. So there's going to be an awful lot of commentary between Wednesday, Thursday and Sunday, as well as our endurances on Saturday as well. So definitely hit that follow and join in all this action. Look at this though, Dudley now at 2 minutes 0.9. So Dudley is starting to push it in, and you can see that already down to 2.3 seconds after being just over 3 seconds. So, you know, Webster hasn't had to push as hard. Dudley now is pushing definitely a lot harder. So I don't think tyres is going to be an issue because the conditions that it is, I think tyre wear is going to be quite minimal here.
Probably. But confidence regarded.
And Skyler is right, he said, I don't get to watch normally because he's typically working, because Skyler is watching from America. Donald Trump. I can't think of anything else from America other than Donald Trump. And s'mores, isn't it? S'mores is a big thing over there.
I have no idea. Americans.
Cancelled. Tim Smead going in 9th spot at the minute still. He's done a good job. But Liam, though, in fairness to him, after his trials and tribulations, in 10th spot at the minute. So that's still not a bad result for him. You gotta give him credit where credit's due, you know that kind of way.
Yeah.
What can Dudley do?
From second.
Oh! Just going with Alex, and he's after overshooting that corner by quite a margin. Now he's in 9th, but Liam is quite a bit behind, so he's not going to lose a position there. But you don't want to be doing that too often, otherwise you will be down that position.
Absolutely, yeah. It's 60 minutes in, so still enough time for him to get back.
Absolutely, and look at this here. So Dudley is now down to 1.6 seconds again after having that error and being over 3 seconds off. We're down now to the last 15 minutes pretty much now of this race, and it's been non-stop action the whole way throughout the whole grid actually, which is great to see. But these conditions have not been easy.
No, I'm still questioning how Dudley really wants to get across from Webster. With these conditions, you can't really look at the corner, you can just make a mistake.
I think caution kind of goes to the wind a bit. He's been very calculated on when he's attacked because of that visibility. But because now there's less time, he can kind of just... I think he was just playing it very safe by not pushing for a move. Well, now he can really start to push for that move and go for it. But he's nothing really to lose because he's 14 seconds clear of Franklin behind, so he's not really going to lose that position, even if he has one big spin, you know, that kind of way. So it's definitely worth him giving it a go and just doing his best to see can he get by. And looking at that as well, Alpha Top needs another battle that I'm going to be keeping an eye on, as he's only 1.5 seconds off Alex Norton now for 11th and 12th spot. So fair play there, so it could be a battle for the Honda and the Lexus.
Just questioning if they... it's really close there.
That was very, very fair boy. That looked like that was Taylor. Fair play to Alex. Get straight out of the way. You don't normally have to go under blue flags as well. But Adam Luck as well, not doing too bad because you have to remember he had a 15-second section penalty, and that's I think what's cost him 6th spot because it's about 15 seconds off Massey.
But he had such a great race, and then out of all the things, the Bentley went off one of the curbs. So
absolutely, as Christie. Oh, we go to replay there. Oh, he just missed the corner completely.
he missed 2 corners.
He made a new corner out of it.
Darren just thought he's a track designer, I don't know.
Oh, and we're down now to 1 second between these guys here. I hope Darren keeps it going because still a position or 2 and it's all about points at the end of the day. So we're down now into the last 14 minutes of this race. 1.3 seconds is the difference between 1st and 2nd. I don't know what it is with this league. Every single week, coming down to the wire, there's always a battle for the lead lately. Like last week, it was a 0.3 the second at the finish line. The week before that, it was similar.
Skylar has absolutely right. Webster has to think wrong here. Like, his heart probably is speaking completely out of his chest.
Oh, his heart is absolutely. Through his mind, he's like, oh, don't screw this up, don't screw this up. But all he needs to do is just get them thoughts out and just focus on what he's been doing all race, keeping it on the track, keeping it very consistent. He's doing a great job. He mightn't have the overall fastest lap time, but at the end of the day, he's doing exactly what he's needed to do. He calculated the pit stop perfectly as well, you know. Like, he's done an amazing job, and it's down to his smart thinking with the pit splash and dash. That's, at the minute, essentially giving him this shot at winning this race, and I'm really hoping now he does it.
Yeah, me too. 13 minutes to go. If he keeps it in, perfect.
And we know Dudley he's a proven race winner as well, so Dudley knows what it's like. Dudley is a very, very tough competitor for anybody.
Yeah, but as you saw, it just went really aggressive over the curve. I think he's starting to a bit too aggressive. Maybe.
So Dudley's after losing a bit of time there. Like, that's an awful lot when you look at it again from here, guys. That is a very, very tough kind of view to be chasing.
Yeah, I get that position before.
It's lost quite a bit of time to him.
In the Nürburgring race that I had, I was first in the first place and then on the second. Because defending that racing out with someone, it's really hard to keep focused.
Oh!
And he lost it.
Oh, he doesn't need to be doing that because that's going to be a lot of time off the track, and James Franklin is going to be getting by him there.
Oh God, no.
So Franklin is now after getting up into 2nd spot. This is not what Dudley wants at all. And it's not going to be too long now before Filipov is coming on him. Filipov is coming on at a rate of knots. But Dudley is out in time. Oh, wow. Going from fighting to the win. To third.
Started before with the curve, where he already was a bit too aggressive. I think it just wanted too much.
Oh, that's just so unlucky.
Yeah, and Franklin, absolute crazy comeback. But Webster,
he's going to be delighted.
Webster now has just 11 minutes of cruising. That's all he has to do.
Could you imagine Franklin thought Santi came to him twice there?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's exactly what he wanted to see there, was something happening out front. That's brilliant.
At 13 seconds of the Webster. If Webster just keeps it on track, perfect.
Absolutely. Is that what people say, chuffed? It's one of the words that you'd say to be happy, I suppose. Alpha Dogmeat coming out of the pits there. And Tim Smee still needs the pit, so he needs to get that done now in the next 5 minutes as the pit window shuts at 5 minutes to go. And if he's not done it by then, DSQ he goes.
Close to Tedder and Massey, they did a really good race.
Absolutely. Tedder up into 5th now, that's unreal. And just to show to people again the position delta, Tedder's up 12 spots. Other than Dudley, everyone is up positions in the top 5. Massey's down 2, and everyone else is up. And Tim Smee is up 11 spots as well, so Smee's had a great race.
Absolutely.
Oh, Liam Smith's after going off. We caught that live. Let's go back and rewatch that. I'm sure he'll love to see this later on. Oh, that corner has killed so many people.
And it has killed him like 2 times by now.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3. Liam is not having the best of races right now.
No. Well, he's back out onto the track and he's still in 10th spot. Barely. As Alex North now is only 4 seconds off.
Time for North to take charge now and get into the top 10.
Wowzers.
10 minutes to go. He could do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm delighted for Ross because he's done nothing wrong all race. And I now has a 12-second lead from Franklin.
And Dudley is just completely lost it now. He's 12 seconds behind Franklin.
Yeah. No, for Dudley now it's all a matter of just damage limitation, keeping the head down and getting that third place locked in. Keeping it on the track. He doesn't need to overdrive it. He's a 7-second gap. He just needs to keep his head down. Looking back down.
I don't think there's 12 seconds that Franklin are going down at any time.
No.
Should just keep it on the track now.
Oh, Darren Christie's gone again.
Ah, no.
Just come out of the pits.
Immediately.
First corner. Yeah. Just the rear went to him.
Really bad day for him as well. He had such a good moment. Also so many spins.
He had such a good, probably first 3/4 of this race before it just unfolded for him, unfortunately. Well, he'll come back from that. And Massey has kind of had a hit and miss race for himself, I'm sure. He probably had a bit more expected out of this race, but unfortunately, look, it is racing.
Yeah.
Incidents happen.
6th place, I think it's still better.
Absolutely.
And close to tether, so if something happens, still got a chance.
Yeah. Those are personal best lap times, guys, just to show everyone the pace of some of the drivers tonight. Some have been super fast, and Darren Christie has definitely been faster than a lot of the other guys, just being unlucky.
Really good race from him still, just the mistakes really suffered.
Yeah.
Liam as well.
Absolutely.
I think Liam could have been in the top 5 if he didn't make the mistakes. Unfortunately.
And look at Goshi Philippov up in 4th position. We haven't mentioned him too much. He's done a stupidly good job as well. Well done to him. But it's still 7 minutes to go. We're acting as if it's over. It just takes one spin.
It just takes one spin, but for now it's really quiet down now.
Yeah, it's an anticlimax after all this clough racing between Webster and Dudley, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think maybe Dockreed, North, and Filipov. Not Filipov, but Messi. Those 3 I think are just maybe going for a last.
And it's worth noting James Franklin was only 0.2 of a second off having the fast lap as well. Like 0.2 dead.
Franklin made an epic comeback.
That's a recovery of all recoveries, isn't it?
From the first lap, where he just got completely shunted.
Yeah.
Up all the way to 2nd. Amazing job.
Yeah. That's consistency all over. And it is never over till it's over, Mr. Skyler in America.
Why am I always thinking when it's an American that he gets an Abrams tank in his yard?
I just really wish that Skyler lived down like Louisiana or somewhere in the country and spoke like with an accent. Or Alabama.
Alabama.
I'm from Alabama. My pappy.
Sweet home Alabama.
Great singing.
Fuck off, I don't sing.
We're not going to fall out with you, as Stacey did say. We know what's come out of Austria.
Shut the fuck up.
Looking here now, Gap Boys, it looks fairly tame. Alex Norris did a good job as well. Alex Teddershoe. Tim Smee has finally gone into the pits.
Oh wow, took him long enough.
Darren Christie's gone in for another set, sure, why not? So Alex now gets up in the 8th spot in his Porsche. Well done to him. Oh, John Dudley's after going off again.
Oh, again.
That's not what he wants.
Need that.
Because gosh, oh, as 2 cars go off there, you've got Christie off and that was Alex. So it's definitely not over till it's over now. Because Tim Smee now is right behind Alex and he's flashing the lights, doing the typical thing, trying to put a driver off here. This is brilliant.
Yes, the last 5 minutes, everyone just going the head away.
Dudley can't afford that anymore.
The pit window is closing now.
I'm just going to do a replay here of Mr. Liam Smith as he goes off the track.
Again. And Darren Christie as well. It's so sad about Darren Christie.
Liam is frustrating me so much because I know Liam is a super fast driver. I think he just needs to get his head down. Look, the conditions tonight anyway for any driver here was an absolute horrendous, like, tough thing for anyone out there. But I want to see Liam doing very well because he deserves it, because he's putting in the time and the effort. Honestly, he's a top dude. He is a top dude. He really is. I
And
just
we've
feel
seen
bad
him
for him.
all over this race. He was really good, always going up, 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 and then he's bumping. And always he
Yeah.
went up, and he's still bumping. I get the frustration.
Yeah, it is, because oh
my!
as Smee and Alex have a coming together there. So let's go back and watch that. Sorry. So Alex had lost it and Smee just ran into him. There's nothing. Two of them ran wide there and we're going off regardless. So Alex couldn't do anything with that one there. And whatever damage Tim might have now, he has to just live with it for the next few minutes, as we're down to under 4 minutes now to go. Liam's having a tough one now. I'm not going to rub it salt in the wounds there now.
Yeah.
But
He must be super frustrated with himself as well.
he will be. But look, he'll come back stronger.
Yeah.
Thanks very much, Anderson. You're an absolute hero.
Oh, thanks, Aaron. That's even though I'm stupid as perfect.
And this is Philip's first time doing this as well, so I'm delighted to have him in. I think he's done an amazing job as well, personally.
No, thanks, lad.
But I'm still not going to cross you. That can't be too nice. As it looks like Smee's after getting by Alex, so let's see that again. Alex goes wide again, so he's struggling very much with the front end and braking now. 3 minutes to go, guys, and I still don't know who's going to be where, because if someone goes off once, it's Anderson. Anderson's after going off now, and Dogmeat's getting by him. This isn't the last 3 minutes, guys. Guys are really struggling with front end. Hardly there's tyre wear is that much.
Yeah, that is the question. Maybe it's the tire wear, maybe it's the 3 minutes going to the head. I think it's the tire wear, actually.
I don't think so. Skyler or Anderson or any of the guys who race a lot more than me, the wet tyre should easily last an hour here. There shouldn't be really.
Maybe they've overdriven it. You saw how often they just went to the side.
But it's so wet out there that, like, look how wet that track is. You shouldn't have to. I'd be very shocked if the tyres are wearing out. I'm just wondering, are people overdriving for the last few minutes?
I think they are.
Look at James Franklin down to 9 seconds. I'm sure he was hoping for another few minutes.
Absolutely. Philippov also getting very close to that. 5 seconds.
And true, actually, another good point there from Skyler. If they are spinning, their tyres are probably roasted now at this stage. And he has been spinning quite a bit in the last few laps.
Yeah.
So probably, although it's that wet, how
Liam's tires, he's spun quite a lot. They must
be like lava.
That's just a trick now. He's driving on tarmac.
The poor dude. So this is it, the last minute and a half. Darren Christie's gone again. His tyres literally must be like lava. But he'll keep it going because Darren Christie is an absolute ledge.
Yes, Skylar also saying the right thing. Could be fatigue, probably. Darren Christie went off so many times as well as Liam. They probably are very fatigued from themselves.
True. Look at this lad.
Oh yeah.
Webster's done amazing. Honestly, as the great Nicky Lauda would say, the most famous person out of Austria, I will say, Mr. Stacey, in case you're still listening, it's actually Nicky Lauda. And he would tip his hat there for this drive tonight because he's done nothing wrong. And he's kept it where it needs to be. And he held the pressure of Dudley being behind him from at least 40% of that race. And not once flinched. Just got on with it, got the job done.
And
So
let's
well
not
done.
forget, always within 1 or 1.5 seconds, that's extremely close.
Absolutely.
It's an amazing job from Webster as well.
Stability and predictability of the Aston proven invaluable in these conditions. It seems to be, but also it's the driver behind the wheel, Skyler, because a lot of guys can have that and still overdrive it and do something silly and ruin the race. He's being consistent, and when he get over the line, he's going to make it across the line, I think, for one last lap. He is indeed.
Alright, man, the leader is on the final
So
lap.
we are on
Give
the
it a
final lap.
push.
So we're going to go on board for this final drive around here. There's lap of victory, call as there's cars off the track ahead. Oh, that looks like Smee in the BMW. Oh no, that was Anderson, sorry. The lighter BMW.
doesn't feel that.
Skyler made a great point here. We're not talking about Stacey Ellis at all when we say this. Some Aston drivers somehow end up on the roofs. Can't imagine who could do that.
Honestly, true.
I used to use that picture of him on the roof with the cab parked there, mate, as my podcast exit. I may incorporate that picture back in somewhere. What a cool picture. Look at James Franklin though, 4 point some seconds. Oh, another lap or two, Franklin could have had the race win here. He's flying out there.
Amazing job from him. Come back and come close to the goal.
His last lap at 2 minute point 6. That's fantastic.
That feels fantastic. It takes 100%. Maybe next one.
Yeah.
Really cool. And Christella, all of the top 5. Amazing race.
Oh, it's been absolutely stunning. Adam Locke's after losing it there as well. I'm not going to go back to it because he's so far ahead of Tim Smith, it won't make any odds. So his last laps, his fastest lap was a 2:01.585. His last lap there was a 2:04.115.
Oh, look how close Franklin is for 1.5 seconds.
Yeah.
He must be hurting as well. He could have won that race.
Wow. So that was still a close finish. Franklin done unreal in second and that close to it as well. So that was absolutely hats off. Great win by Webster. Mr. Franklin then in second spot as he goes a bit of drifting. You can do that now. You can lose control all you want. So that's Franklin then in second after great recovery after being punted off. Then Dudley, great recovery, keeps it into third spot and kept this man then behind Mr. Goshi Filipov away. Great race from him as well. Chris Tedder though, take on through a back marker there in fifth spot with Neil Massey less than a second off him though. So Chris Tedder has done an amazing job. He pitted, I think on minute 52 of this race, only 8 minutes in he pitted.
Yeah.
So great result for Chris Tedder. I'm sure he'll be chuffed with that. Then you've got Massey there in sixth.
Franklin with the fastest lap on the final lap.
Wow, 2 minute point 1. Yeah, he was on it. Then Adam Locke here. Now he had the 15 second succession penalty, and at the end with the offs, it wasn't going to make much of a difference here for him, but still a great result for him. The 7th spot in the boat because he did start 8th, so he was still up in position as well, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. Liam Smith in that 11th position. Sad race, but still amazing job.
And we had Smeeden that's doing donuts in 8th spot, Alex in 9th, Alex North in 10th, Nemo in 11th, Dogme in 12th, Anderson in 13th, and then Darren Christie on track there in 14th. Guys, that was great. What we're going to do now, though, as I always like to do, we're going to jump in. If you want to follow me over to the Discord for Amigos, I'm going to jump in with all the drivers in the drivers chat and just give a quick hello to everybody and kind of go from there with that one. So if you want to join me across to that chat, mate, you're more than welcome, Philip.
Sure thing, mate.
I'll just go over now. Amigos. Okay, there's loads of people in here.
Not here any.
Jesus, everyone's there.
How are you doing, lads? I'm just going to jump in really quick if you don't mind. That was some race, lads, from everyone. I'm going to start off with the race winner first if he's here. Is he?
What's that? Are you looking for
Is Webster here? Oh, there he is. Yeah, there he is. Sorry, I didn't see your name there. Mr. Webster, what a race from you. Honestly,
Just keep it clean, that's all you have to do.
how much of a sweat was it having Dudley on your bumper for about 40 minutes of that race?
To be honest, it was actually alright, because I noticed quite early on, as soon as he got within a second and a half, he was dropping back. So it was a very much positional race.
But the visibility was absolutely shocking, which I'm sure we get onto. But for
exactly.
you, how comfortable were you in the race? And like,
that's my favourite conditions.
Giggity.
So, yeah, no, I love driving sideways, so yeah, this suited me to a T.
Absolutely love it. And
that man once took a Nissan around Brands Hatch. Trust me, he likes going sideways.
Oh, nice, nice.
So, yeah, no, I totally actually forgot this race was on until I got the email saying your stream was on, so it was like a last minute dash to get in.
That just rubs it into roots for everyone else.
Yeah.
But I'm going to come back to you now in a minute. I'm going to jump on to Franklin because you've had a tough kind of start to this race, but fuck me, another lap and that could have been yours.
Yeah, I mean, I had in mind, because of the spray and the conditions, I had in mind to do the early stop anyway. And then once I got punted by my good friend Skins, and picked
Sorry.
up the I thought that's fine. I thought it made sense to do it and use the pace that I had. I did not expect to be within 7/10 of Ross at the end, but it paid off. Being in relatively clear air and just being able to put in the laps. So yeah, really
fastest
happy with
lap
that.
as well on the last lap.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going for it for a while, and actually Ross and I were having a bit of a back and forth about how valid it was, but I could see the track was getting a bit drier towards the end.
Yeah.
And the time just started to come. So yeah, happy that I got it at the end.
That was absolutely brilliant.
Feel bad for John because I don't think I'd have caught up to him if he hadn't had his accident. But,
in fairness,
I mean,
right, I have to ask this in the most honest way. How much of an erection did you get when you seen him off the track?
there might have been a bit of blood in it.
He couldn't see where he was driving.
No, I think Ross and I both clocked it at the same time, and once I went past, I could see he was in the wall. So I thought, yeah, he's got some damage.
I was wondering why you had a gobstopper up all of a sudden.
But yeah, we've all been there. So yeah, I feel for the guy. But yeah, happy with my impression.
Yeah, that was absolutely amazing. And I'm going to move on to Mr. Duds there because that was probably a mixed bag for you. But at the end of the day, still to get third after a spinner that as well, I'm sure you're quite happy to be getting the podium.
I don't think he's here, mate. Oh. So let's just say yes, he's very happy with that.
Yeah, let's just say he's not angry in any way. While we're here, though, Gary, what happened to you, mate? Because I was expecting you to be somewhere else other than... was it disconnection issues or what happened to you? Gary Smith, sorry.
Yeah, it was just a nightmare. So the first pit stop didn't clear the pit requirement. It didn't take on fuel. The second pit stop took on the fuel. No. And then after the second pit stop, my little widget was saying that I was 9 litres of fuel short to complete the race. So, yeah, I was doing kind of okay up until then. Like I managed to get up into like 8th or something like that. But yeah, it just unravelled from there. Like it just, there was no hope. So yeah, just retired the car really.
Yeah, that's tough going. That is tough going. But look, you had enough of a lead, and Gamble didn't get any points as well, so I think you'll still have about probably 10 to 20 point lead still going into the next race. I'll have to look.
Yeah, I'll probably miss the next one because a work commitment, so I'll be out of the country, so I'm going to miss that one. But yeah, I think Gamble not scoring today definitely was a welcome thing. So yeah, let's see how it is in the next couple of races. So
the hamster on the wheel up the north there for his internet must have fell off or something. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, his internet wasn't running great, so he dropped out.
I seen he done that. He just pulled in off the road and he done it actually in the right way as well, which is good.
Yeah.
Then is Filipov in here now?
No. Are you there?
Go.
Well, then I'm going to talk. There was one lad. Now, I would always say he's probably the worst drive I've ever seen in my life, but he came pretty much from the back of the grid and finished then in 5th spot. Tether, you done a great job tonight, in fairness, with the recovery, especially with having the bit of a shunt early on as well.
Yeah, I had a couple of knocks from behind, gave me about 13 seconds worth of damage. And then I T-boned someone at the back end of the race as well. So I had 20 seconds worth of damage. No, that was it. So I had 20 seconds of damage at the end there. So I was catching Goshi up at the end there, but yeah, I just had to scrap that in the end and maintain position. We
figured out something. We think you're a bit of a rapist because you had the most wet and darkest track tonight and people were rear-ending you. Is that your plan?
Hey, look at me, mate. I didn't pick the conditions.
Who done that? John
Dudley.
So, Dodds, you're going to watch this hopefully at some stage later on. You've caused yourself to lose out on the win.
All I said to John, I gave John criteria, so i.e. night and wet. He picked Monsoon. Exactly how. Yeah, he picked exactly how much of a night, how wet, and the multiplier.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. And Philip, do you want to ask Atten to Mr. Liam? Because we felt bad for Liam near the end. And Philip, guys, by the way, was co-coms with me all night. He's done an amazing job. So thanks very much, Philip, for that. But do you want to interview Liam there for us?
Oh yeah, is Liam even here?
I am here.
Oh Liam, mate, it was so frustrating to see you, but what happened all the time? You was such a great driver, man.
It started pretty well. Got probably about halfway. I had a couple of offs, but nothing too major. Then I took some damage. Had 17 seconds repair. I think towards the end of the race, I was just losing my tyres a bit. Struggling with temps and pressures. So.
Were they going off the tyres?
I think it's more. The tyres weren't going. I think it was more the weather. They just weren't able to keep hot and keep the pressure in the weather.
No, okay.
Liam, you're going to have to stop frustrating us though, because I keep picking you up at every single race now. The last few races going, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. You have a great race, and then it just fell apart on you.
I mean, 11th in this field. I'm not too depressed with that.
Liam, you deserved 5th or 6th. I know how good you are, and I want you up there soon. I definitely do.
No, I don't think I'd have been there.
I think you would have been easily kind of in the 6-7 spot, being genuine. I think you do have that pace in you, and I'm glad that you're not taking a negative kind of takeaway from tonight, that you're still happy finishing where you did, especially with everything that's happened.
Absolutely. I'm happy to finish.
Which is good. I want to say well done to Alex North as well, had a great race. Let me see who else is in here as well. Darren Christie, you're another lad who's frustrating the fuck out of me tonight. Because Darren was doing so good. Myself. I could only imagine by the end it looked like your tyres just went, was it?
I blinked, just decided to close my eyes for a second, took a spin and messed it up, and then I killed Chris towards the end. I've just looked back at the replay and it was I had the car stopped. I went again, Chris, sorry.
No, like I said, mate, it is what it is. I managed to hold the position, so I was alright.
I think Matthew was probably paying him off to do that, Chris.
Half an hour race, that would have been alright.
No, but honestly, and I want to say this here, and I'm sure the guys will say, Darren, you're one of the guys who's jumped massively since I've done comms anyway. In the last few months, you've after getting some great pace as well. So tonight doesn't reflect on that. It's exactly like Liam. Tonight's race doesn't reflect on the drivers that you are as well. I think he's doing amazing with it. And it's me as well. I have to say, Smee only joined in at the last second, still finished that race as well. Very well done to you. I know at the end it was quite a struggle as well. A lot of you were finding it hard by the end to keep the cars on track.
Yeah, thanks. It was, I'd forgotten the race was on. I joined like 5 minutes before quali finished, and then I couldn't even remember where the track went. Never mind have a setup for the car. So yeah, pretty happy with 8th.
Well done that you fucking finished. And Skins, what is your name on the track? Because I'm brutal because you have a million different names.
It's Neil Massey.
Massey?
So I finished it just behind Tedder.
Knob head.
Massey. So you're the lad that has the little NSX that's grinning, that Skylar's in love with.
Yeah.
No, Massey, you've done a great job. I think the pit stop, I think if you pitted a bit earlier, you might have maybe held on to a position. I think leaving it too late to pit might have cost you a little bit.
Yeah, I was catching traffic, so I thought I'd come in because obviously you just can't see when you're behind anybody.
No.
Took the gamble, and then saw Chris fly past me, and I thought, oh, I've got a chance, but he's putting in some good laps, and then we both caught up traffic.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't get him.
Massey, you're doing very well. Like, you're one of these drivers as well that's always up and thereabouts as well. Like, this season it's actually been quite tough.
It is, yeah.
It's going to be where, like, I would never predicted the result tonight. I wouldn't have predicted the one the week before. Do you know, like, it's I'm loving the way the evolution's coming with Amigos here, and that's no pun intended with Evolution Racing Academy. But it's coming out very well, to be fair about it. I'm really looking forward to the next race. Do you know where the next track is? I haven't looked myself as of yet.
Not yet, mate. I can have a look now.
Just going to look now, actually.
Imola.
Oh yes. Yes, yes. Make it melt. That's all I ask.
Imola in the snow.
Oh no, Imola on lava would be amazing.
Alright. Yeah, looks like it'll be wet.
Oh, at daytime though or nighttime?
3 o'clock, 3 p.m.
Okay.
Time multiplier 6.
Oh, okay. Might be a little bit. No, it should be
Day
alright.
to night.
Yeah. Okay, well, look, guys, I want to thank you all very much for jumping into the end. And thanks for putting on such a great show as always. That was honestly a great race. Philip, I really want to thank you as well for jumping in. You've done a great job, and I definitely want you back in next Monday if you're free, because you're a great addition.
I'll do my best to jump in, mate.
Good man. That's what I like to hear. Well, look, guys, I'm just going to jump out then and just kind of close off the stream with the viewers. So, look, thank you all so much for great racing. We'll see you next Monday. It's great to be back.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thanks, Nicole. Have a good one, mate.
Cheers, guys.
See you later, guys.
So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't be afraid to drop me a follow, please, if you want to see the next stream. We are going to be live on Wednesday for our race with ERC in Formula 1. In the Managers League, it's a 100% race. An awful lot more to go in on that one there. And then on Saturday, we do have the Misano endurance race on the Seto Corsa Compound Zone. We've over 30 drivers globally all over the place for that, and there's going to be minimum 2 to 3 drivers per team, because obviously it will be teammates swapping into the cars as well. Definitely join us for that. You can watch the previous race there in Monza, I think it is. I have on the YouTube that was set up. So please like all my socials if you can, and hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great evening. It's been absolutely amazing having you on with me.